Hello internet world and welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. Today's video is extremely exciting for me. It's a new camera review. It's been a long time, in fact, since I've done a full review on a camera, and this one is super cool because it's the Canon EOS RP. It's a full frame camera, mirrorless as well. And in fact, Canon have done a fantastic job. I must say a big thank you to them as well for loaning me the RP for this review. All of the opinions expressed are indeed my own. They haven't asked me to say anything in particular, or indeed they haven't asked to see this video before publication, which would be hard because it is a live broadcast. Now, if you're watching live, you can use the live chat to ask me questions throughout the video. And if you're watching after the live broadcast, you can use the regular comment section below. Now, this is the EOS RP. It comes with the adapter, which adapts the previous EF mount lenses to the RF mount. I haven't used the adapter because I haven't had any lenses or any need to convert any lenses because of this fantastic 24 to 105mm L lens that's included. Now, if you want to see the unboxing of this to see what's inside the box, then please do check out the link down in the video description area. You can see everything that's included. But as I say, this is the body and the 24 to 105 kit that I've been testing, and I've been getting on really well with it. I'm going to talk to you about ergonomics and show you some images that I've captured as well. I'll touch on video, but video is one of the not so great points about this camera. It's still good, but not the best. And also I'll talk to you about this lens and whether it matches well with the EOS RP body. A big hello, by the way, to Mark Appleton, tuning in live. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in live, Mark. And to all those of you tuning in, I can see the number ticking up. Plenty of you watching, so let's get on with the review. So this is the EOS RP. It offers up what's called dual pixel CMOS autofocus during video. Now, when you're capturing video, it will do this dual pixel CMOS autofocus, but only in the 1080p HD resolution. And for the most part, it is fantastic. It's really implemented well. And if you're recording in 1080p, you can obviously flip out the touchscreen, face it to the front, and you can use this to record yourself. That's really good, having a fully articulating screen. Now, of course, you can use this screen for composing photos as well, and it's equally as impressive and useful, the fact that this flips out and is fully articulating. So that's a good thing. We'll get the video bit out of the way first. When you're recording 4K video or UHD resolution video, it's contrast-based autofocus, so you don't get the dual pixel goodness. You get normal contrast-based autofocus, and it's not that great. Also, whilst recording 4K video, you do get quite a large crop. So instead of you being able to shoot maybe at the wide end of this 24mm lens, I think it's about 1.97 crop, so almost 48mm. So not fantastic. Correct me if I'm wrong on that crop factor, but it's round about there, between 1.7 and 2. The actual video footage is extremely good, but the crop factor is a problem for some people because you're not able to go very wide on these sort of standard zoom lenses. But if you can deal with that, it's a really good quality video output or video sort of result. And if you're using 4K, then I would switch to manual focus. So if you're operating behind the lens, sort of behind the camera, and you're able to do manual focus, then you're going to get very good results. But I wouldn't rely on autofocus in 4K. Now, with regards to the photography aspects of this, it's 26.2 megapixels. It's a full frame sensor, which is really very, very good indeed. It also offers up eye autofocus, which is again working extremely well. And it always also offers up things like silent shooting, and it's got Wi-Fi built in, so you can push those photos across to your device to review back and to share on social media very, very easily. So a really good array of main specifications. I'm not going to go through them all here because, well, they're readily available online. I just want to talk to you about my experience with this. The actual ergonomics, the fit, finish, the controls, very, very important with a camera like this. You can see the controls on the top. If you want a closer look at these, then you can check out that original unboxing, link down in the video description. And then this gorgeous lens, 24 to 105 L lens, really good piece of glass on this. We've got the zoom control here. We've got the focus ring, which is very smooth. And then we've got this control ring, which can be set to change various aspects whilst you're taking your photos. So very, very good performing lens. The grip is nice and deep. My little pinky just about fits on. I've got medium sized hands. You can get a grip extender if you've got larger hands as well, but for me this fits really nicely and it feels very, very comfortable, extremely comfortable. The shutter obviously falls in the right place. We've got the control dials here and here, these fall in the right place, and we've got the mode dial just here. The on-off switch is over here. I sort of wish it was over here. It's just sort of on the wrong side because you can't do everything one-handed. You have to reach across to turn it on and off. You can, of course, compose photos using the screen. If I just zoom out a bit, you can see that really nice screen. And this is a touch screen as well. It works extremely well. It's nicely implemented, and you can also navigate through and make selections in the menu using the touch screen as well. And then, of course, if you're composing with the touch screen, you can take your photos whilst you're using the screen. You can touch to focus as well. You can also, this is quite nice, if you've got this folded back on the body of the camera, you can actually compose through the EVF, and then you can move the focus point with the screen here. So whilst you're using the EVF, you can actually move your focus point really quickly, and it's just so easy to do. It's a really nice feature. I love the fact that you can do that. When you're on the actual touch screen though, you can actually just tap where you're going to focus, and you get that focus confirmation, and then you can take your shot. But while you're using the EVF, you can just use your thumb on it and actually move your focus point around. That's really nice as well. I do like that implementation. I've got another camera I'm reviewing next week, which you may well have already seen the unboxing of. You can't move your focus point on the touch screen. You can only do it with a little joystick. Alas, this hasn't got a joystick here at all, so you do it on the touch screen. Very, very nice indeed. Now let's cover off some bits that are not deal breakers, but things you should be aware of. First of all, the lens on this, the 24 to 105, is a heavy lens. I think it's a little bit front heavy. Again, not a deal breaker because this is a superb piece of glass. It's got a good zoom range. You can go 24 at the wide angle because this is full frame, so you're getting full 24mm field of view all the way through to 105. It's a really nice piece of glass, but do bear in mind it is quite heavy. So if you're looking for something more compact, then maybe look at a different lens. I really do want to try out the 35mm macro on this. I think it's 35 because that's a nice compact lens. I think that'd be a really good sort of combination with this camera. The other thing, let me just turn this off, that I'm not a big fan of, but again, you know, it is what it is. It's not the fact that there's a single card slot, because come on people, when you buy a camera, if you really don't want a single card slot, then that's a problem. You know, it's not going to change. You can't change a single card slot with a firmware update. So you know this when you're going into the camera system, that it's got a single card slot. And if you go back a few years, all cameras had single card slots. It wasn't a problem then. You use smaller media, so perhaps 32GB cards. You don't buy these big capacity cards. You take your photos, take the card out, back it up, check you've got the shots that you need. And if you have a card fail, you've only lost a few photos. And I've never had an SD card fail. Touch wood, it will never happen. But of course, it's an SD card slot. The thing I don't like is that it's in the same compartment as the battery. That's the only thing I wish it had been in a separate card slot on the side. We've got a full array of ports on here. I'm not going to undo all of the covers, apart from maybe this one. So we've got HDMI, we've got USB, we've got microphone and headphone jacks on here as well. So a nice array of ports on the side. On the lens, we have got AF and MF, so autofocus, manual focus, and the image stabilizer on the lens as well. Image stabilization on the Canon EOS RP is done in the lens, not in the body of the camera, so do bear that in mind. So if you buy a lens without image stabilization, you're getting no stabilization at all. So it's all in the lens, not in the body. Now, I mentioned that this is full frame with great glass. Should we have a look at some photos? Here's some photos that I took using the Canon EOS RP. It's Milo. Milo is the star of the video in this one. It just captures such beautiful detail, and when you get that focus where you want it, then it is superb. Great depth of field as well. These were shot at around about sort of the 70mm mark, something like that. Here's an indoor shot in lower light. I just wanted to see if I could get that fade across the remote control here, and it worked extremely well. It's really good at controlling depth of field. And the detail here, this is what I was going, the focus point is just on the back of the tail on this one of Milo, and it's captured all of those fine hair details. And here, I just want to concentrate on this one again, the tongue. The focus was on the tongue, superb detail. When you zoom into this, you can really see the fantastic detail, and the tonal quality in the photos is very good as well. When you experience taking photos with a full frame camera, it's really hard to go back, because there's something about full frame that really gives you great control over depth of field. And I think the sensor in this is really extremely good, very, very detailed. And the Canon color science that people talk about is just great. Straight out the box, you're getting really very, very nice colors. These are all JPEGs as well, by the way. So again, do bear that in mind. These are straight out of the camera, not processed at all in any way. Now, I have heard people in other reviews complaining about the dynamic range. I found that the highlights, when you get a very bright sky, for example, are a tiny little bit blown out, but not too bad. You can control it. And if you use something like an ND filter, or you know what you're doing with the camera, then you can control that. And I've not found dynamic range overall to be a problem. I found it to be very, very good indeed. And I believe in not trying to recover highlights and shadows in the edit. I believe in trying to get the photo right in the camera. And I think the Canon EOS RP is the great tool for the job, and it allows you to do that. It allows you to capture a good dynamic range. I don't see what people's problem have been with regard to that. I do understand people's complaint about the crop in 4K, but again, if you're wanting a video focused camera, so something that's primarily for video and secondary purposes for photos, then you either buy this knowing that, or you buy a different camera. It's as simple as that. And Canon offer some fantastic cameras up higher up in their range that do really great video. And if you can't live with the crop, then quite simply don't buy this one. Look elsewhere. But certainly for a photo focused camera, so for photography as number one, then this is a great choice. It really does a great job. And if you want to have access to the range of Canon lenses, and it is all about glass, of course, good quality glass really does help, then Canon have got some of the best lenses available. I think they've done a fantastic job. They've got the Canon EOS R, which is a slightly higher model than this, and this one, the RP. Their first sort of full frame mirrorless cameras, and I think they are really superb. I can't wait to actually get hold of this again. This is only on loan at the moment, but I'd love to get hold of it again, maybe with that 35mm lens, and certainly take another look. It really is nice. I really am in love with the photos that I've been able to produce with this. Again, if you want to pick up one for yourself, there are links down in the video description. If you want to check out the unboxing to have a little bit closer look at some of the controls, again, the link is in the video description. And there's also a link there to the Canon website. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it. If you've got any questions at all, pop them in the comment section. And if you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button. I'll see you in another one very soon.